I'm Mark Baer. You're watching the YourTown television program. I'm with Fran Spector Atkins, the founder and artistic director of Spectra Dance. And well, this is a great pleasure having you. You're doing great work. Spectra is a real treat and treasure of the community. So let's start a little bit about who you are. Let's start with that.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here. I am a choreographer, ballet teacher, and nonprofit leader, really, in Monterey County. And I'm the artistic director and founder of Spectra Dance. And we have a state-of-the-art venue and performing space in Marina, California. My husband and I actually designed and built the space, so it's quite unusual. In our space, we have a school where we teach a wide variety of dance styles for all ages and levels of experience, and we have a lot of teachers, and our program is really growing. It's a very nurturing environment, and we're really excited about all that's happening there for young people. In addition, we have a professional company that performs my work, which is issue-based multidisciplinary work. And I've been collaborating with William Roden, media artist, for 20 years, and we've created a body of work that is reflective of and relevant to our community. We also have a outreach program called Spectra Dance on Site. We bring weekly dance classes to underserved parts of our community. Currently, we're offering classes at Rancho Cielo for at-risk youth, at Chartwell School for youth with learning disabilities, and the Veterans Transition Center for homeless veterans. This program is growing, and I am very excited about the impact we're having in our community. One of the things I'm doing currently is I'm starting a choreography workshop at Rancho Cielo, and we're going to be doing a public performance of works created by at-risk youth. And it's an experiment in utilizing dance and its expressive capacity as a tool for prevention. We are also starting a new program to offer residencies for visiting guest artists. And this is an outgrowth of something I've done for 20 years, which is to present guest artists in my venue twice a year through what we call the Choreographer Showcase. We had a Choreographer Showcase last weekend with 13 choreographers from all over the state and one from Berlin, and it was phenomenal. We have very high quality work that we present there. And I'm realizing that what the overarching sort of vision, maybe it's more than a vision, it's kind of like the soul of Spectra Dance, is to nurture creativity and expand community. And I think that is part of everything we do. So I didn't really tell you who I was, though. That was your question.
Yeah, let's talk about you for a second.
Yeah. Well, I have a really broad background. I started dance late. I was in college. But when I found dance, I knew that was my way, my path. It was actually through an experience I had performing with Twyla Tharp, which I didn't know who she was.
Yeah,
but
let's explain who that is.
Yeah,
because
Twyla Tharp is among the handful of great living choreographers. Yes. She's in her middle 70s now, still very active, and I have really been influenced by her, not only directly, but also by her writing and just what I feel she's given to the world. She, for me, was an example of someone who could be using dance in a way that was physical, intellectual, spiritual and political. And I kind of she's been a real influence on my work. But I went to college in Boston, and then I went to New York City, and I had a really amazing career in New York. And then I was able to travel the world with my dance. And
you were Mills College for a while. So.
Later I did an MFA at Mills College, which also was a fabulous experience. And I think my international experience has also been very formative. I have been very fortunate to work in many, many countries and unusual situations. One of them was working for a year directing a program in Cairo, Egypt. And that, I think, has influenced my political perspective and made me extremely patriotic. And really, my work is for social change.
As we were talking about the conversation before we started filming the show, how everybody knows about Spectra Dance, but we're having everybody's not showing up, and this misconception about dance being a rarefied art form, which it is, but you've always made it rarefied and street. You've always put the combination of tradition plus zeitgeist together, and it is for everybody. It's I think people would be amazed when they see it, and I want to get them there. First of all, let's again repeat where you are.
Yeah, I'm in Marina, California,
Yes.
3343 Paul Davis Drive.
Yeah.
And we have this beautiful studio that's in a business park. And I think one of the barriers for people is the location, because somehow people don't gravitate to Marina, unfortunately, because Marina's a great place. But, that is kind of like just what our community just kind of goes toward Carmel and Monterey, which is, I understand. But I hope that little by little, I'm a force that will bring people to Marina. And, people don't go to Salinas that often. And I know that the Steinbeck Center that's been a barrier for them, and other really phenomenal things going on in Salinas as well.
And these are for a small town. I mean, I just, again, amazing, this place that we live that has world-class stuff. And we've talked about the importance of being in the world. No one wants to be in a backwater. And cutting edge and new doesn't all have to be in New York. It can be where the person, makes it happen. And you've been making it happen.
I think that it's been a struggle, I agree.
Yeah.
But I think that more and more we're going to see the sort of decentralization of the art because of the internet and because everything's available everywhere. But so we have a ways to go. And but I think that educating audiences about the power of dance is one thing that I care about. It's not going to happen overnight. It's just, even in New York City, this is a topic of discussion, even in major centers. But I can't really, I can offer, but I can't force people. But I believe that in time, Monterey County will be a dance center. I have seen so much growth happen since I've come here 28 years ago. And it's not just my work. I saw amazing things at CSUMB during the summer arts program. And the audiences were really, really small. And I thought, oh my God, this is phenomenal. There's 14 people in this audience. And Spectra Dance is building an audience slowly, but I just have to say, and maybe it's because it's me, but I feel like it has the potential for much larger audiences.
So I want to just touch on, because again, our time is limited.
Right.
I want to touch on a couple things that are very important to me that you've been involved in, and that's marrying the arts and the sciences. Let's talk about the Ocean Trilogy a bit.
Yeah, you know, as far as art and science, I'm so fascinated with this. I feel like art can fuel so much creative exploration, and that art can also be a way of reaching broad public audiences. There's so many ways that it can be an exciting partnership. I've been working with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute and the Monterey Bay Aquarium since 2010. So it's been 7 years. We did a project from 2010 to 2013 called Ocean. And there were some successes with Ocean. We performed it at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., and at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach. And it was successful artistically and also as a collaboration with Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. But we found that the criticisms were that it was depressing. I took about a 2-year break, and then I went into Ocean Trilogy, and what I wanted to do was look at the exciting innovations from cutting-edge ocean science research, which are inspiring and uplifting. So that was my goal, to shift from the problems to the possibilities. So Ocean Trilogy is that. And I haven't completed it yet. I did do 2 showings last fall, one at the Monterey Bay Aquarium and also one at the Monterey Museum of Art. And so I'm working with community partners and trying to share resources, and also to create a work that is a progression from Ocean that focuses more on what's uplifting.
And what I love is you've got the, you built art to last. So you build it over a period of years, and it may be 10 years in the future, 12 years in the future, 20 years in the future before something is understood. And you're patient with that. And that's
yes and no.
But it's an interesting,
yeah.
It's a very tough mental
yeah.
space to be in, and you've got to be in that space.
Well, you know, I feel that the multimedia is a really good key to having something that might last. And as far as when its value is really appreciated, I am patient, and I feel like the children I teach are also my legacy. They're the ones that take things forward. And I have such a diversification of ways that I approach dance that, you know, I know that the seeds that I'm planting will be, they'll sprout where they do.
And you're steeped in the history.
I am.
And I'm anything in the arts. I'm a really strong advocate for people knowing their history of their art and their
Absolutely.
craft, because those are your building blocks, and that's your vocabulary.
Yes, I think I teach dance history. I've taught it at CSUMB, and I always want to offer that for the community, for people to come to Spectra Dance, because I have a huge library of video samples, and I am an avid reader of current dance information, reviews and books, and also my love of history and all the innovations that have taken place throughout history. And I think that's something that people don't appreciate, that it's wonderful to have the Nutcracker as a tradition. But I feel like most audiences only go to the Nutcracker once a year and don't really value what's new and what is speaking to this time.
And again, putting it in a framework, putting it in a historical framework, seeing how work develops. For complex art and difficult art with a complex language, the audience does have responsibility. And the more you read, the more you look, the more you see, the more you delve. And now with the internet, history is available to you at a fingertip.
Yeah.
Then you understand, you know how a Mark Morris comes about, how these people,
you know, I think that's a lot to ask, because people are very busy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hope...
But if you can give them the taste,
Yeah.
if you can give them just a spark, then they can
I hope that,
dig in.
Yeah, I hope that people, what my wish is, just that people would be a little bit adventurous, and they might expose themselves to something that maybe they don't have a lot of experience with. And then it's a process. And I wouldn't want to, put too much more on people, because I think everyone's got like so much on their plate and there's so much information. But I think dance as an art form can always be appreciated just for what it is.
But if you can inspire the spark, and then the deeper they go, the more there is. In other words, it's a subject worth digging into, because there is a there.
Yes.
And I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Now, our time's running out, so I just wanted to, again, I love the high-low idea, and I like the East. Let's talk about East-West a little bit, just very quickly.
Yeah, the East-West is a collaboration with Rancho Cielo that's based on interviews with youth who are involved with gangs, and also people who have experienced gangs and come out the other end. So it shows why youth are attracted to gangs, the impact on community, how people find their way out of gangs, and I think it also ends in a very hopeful way. And I have to give credit to the people I interviewed, because they were so important, sharing their stories. And the piece includes a rap artist, and I kind of intersperse contemporary dance with hip hop and rap, and it makes it a very entertaining experience. The rap artist I work with is brilliant, and he's from New York City, so his name is Baba Brinkman. He's not local. But it's a piece that I think really achieved a lot. For me, it's probably the most complete and best work I've done to date, and I'm hoping that Ocean Trilogy, when it's complete by fall of 2017, that it is also one more step forward for me artistically. And I'm also working with Baba Brinkman in Ocean Trilogy, so it's a kind of a good combination, and we found that we have a good artistic rapport.
So you're all about the now right now.
Yeah. I'm open. I like collaboration.
Yeah.
I like sharing ideas and pushing boundaries.
Okay. So yeah, and once again, give the website. Let's do our business.
Yes, www.spectradance.org, and I'm very available. My email address is on the web page. I'm on Facebook. I love to hear from people.
So anyway, out there, I want you to go, show up, look at what this is. I'm Mark Baer. You're watching the YourTown television program. I'm with Fran Spector Atkins, and tune in later. We'll be back.